What's an unwritten rule in your household that would seem bizarre to outsiders? If someone is voluntarily doing a chore, no one shall tell them how to do it differently unless damage is going to be incurred. If unsolicited advice is given without the intent to actively roll up sleeves and help, the task then belongs to the giver of the unsolicited advice. Sometimes, with my kids, I'll ask, "Can I give you a tip?" If they say no, I leave it lie. If they say yes, I'll give them a tip. Usually they are appreciative, because I'm 51, I have swept the floor many thousands of times, and I've got ways to make it more efficient easier. I do this with my daughter too. She is very proactive and likes to tidy up and cook. If she is already in the middle of something, I ask her if she needs help or if I can recommend something that might help. She usually agrees to the advice. I used to micromanage a lot, but over time I realized it's not worth the effort, and if people are helping to take a task off your to-do list, then just let them do it their own way. What a great rule! When someone shows you the eggs the chickens laid today, you must admire them and say acknowledged. We have no chickens, but I think I'll find a way to use this. That's hilarious. If you have a cat on your lap and want something from the kitchen, someone else has to get it for you. Cat must not be disturbed. We had as many as 7 cats at a time growing up, so often everyone had a cat on their lap, so the youngest cat would be the one chosen to be moved. Senior cats had great privilege. My last cat would wait for me to put a pillow on my lap before sitting on and falling asleep on me. Then if I needed to move, I'd move the pillow and he'd remain undisturbed. Winner of a board game is charged with putting said game away. My family did this too. It's a great way to minimize competition drama, because the winner gets to gloat about winning while tidying up and the rest get to gloat about not having to tidy up. This is so much better than the tradition my siblings and I got into of actively making messes while singing "Loser Picks It Up." We grew up into civilized people, but this rule would have set us on the path sooner. My husband and I have a large mug that says, "As I suspected, I was right all along." When one of us has an "I told you so" moment, the other says, "You get the mug tonight." We love the laughs we have when one of us turns the corner with that big ass mug looking smug while the other has a regular pities mug, haha. My wife and I have a validation kiss. If we're having a disagreement about something and one of the people realizes they're wrong, you immediately have to sigh, grab the other person's cheeks, close your eyes, and then give the other person a deep validation kiss. We also have red light kisses where we kiss each other, sometimes a peck, sometimes more, at every red light to remind ourselves that no matter how we're feeling, we love each other. Our daughters, 6, 4, and 2, love it. This is the most pure thing I've read today. Bravo to you and your family. The loud noise and I'm okay rules. If you know you're going to make a loud noise, say dropping a heavy bag down the stairs, you had to yell "loud noise" to warn everyone that the noise was coming and planned. If you made a loud noise unplanned, you had to yell "I'm okay" so no one came running or did come running and you were not okay. Side note, this rule was created when Grandpa dropped a toilet on his finger. Any loud noise coming from the shower or bathtub must quickly be followed by an audible "oh shit / damn it / heck" and change to the shower spray sound, proving movement. Failure to acknowledge will result in a "you good in there?" from the outside party. If you get ice from the freezer for whatever reason, you must pay the ice tax to the dogs. We have to pay the ice tax and cheese tax. Brutal. If you tell me you can't find something after I've told you exactly where it is, and I walk over there and find it exactly where I told you it was, I get to hit you with it. My family would be covered in bruises. I'd likely be in jail. If a cat meows at you, you meow back. It's impolite not to answer. I just answer back in English. I assume they can understand. I answer in English after one of my children pointed out that I don't speak cat, and how do I know if I said something offensive or not? So growing up, there were the better seats in the living room. And if you had one and got up, someone would likely grab it. So my siblings and I used to do this thing where we would say "X save" and even draw out the imaginary X on the seat. But one day my brother pretended he had a fake eraser and erased the fake X. And took the comfy seat. So now we say, "X save no erase." Until this day, it's just very natural thing to do say, when we are together. It has also passed on to the youngest generation. But oddly, we only do it at my mom's house. And we have longtime friends who even do it when they come over. I know it is funny, especially to outsiders. But it seems just so natural to all of us now that we hardly even notice we do it. Here we are, well into adulthood. And on holidays, we are watching like hawks to see if someone gets up and forgets to say it. Which rarely happens. And there are plenty of seats. At this point, it's more of a game. In college you call fives, but you have to be back in 5 minutes or the seat is fair game. Replacing the trash bag is part of taking out the trash. This is at my mom's place. If you are wearing long-sleeve shirts you are exempt from doing the dishes. I'm wearing only sleeves to your mother's now. When we don't feel like cleaning the kitchen entirely after dinner or we leave junk in the living room, whatever the case may be, we are obligated to declare who closed last night. And then we blame it on the baby. When you use the last paper towel from the roll you have to take the cardboard tube and yell "do-ta-do" in it and then give it to the dog when he comes running so he can shred it. Have you found the body? My sister, mother, grandmother, aunt and myself are avid readers. Our guilty pleasure are detective novels. We often get them gifted, by each other and others, buy them and trade them among ourselves. The body rule, any detective book, started by any one of us, is free game if the reader has not yet gotten to the part where a body is found. So if I am visiting my mom and she has a new book started, I ask if she has found the body yet. If not, I can also start reading it, and if I get to the body first, I have the priority now and can take the book home. We have polished off the rules during the years. My mother was an English teacher, and the rule in our house growing up was that if you had less than 50 pages left in your book, you were exempt from chores until you finished. Another rule was that your bedtime was extended half an hour if you were reading a book. If someone drops something, everyone else has to tell them you dropped something so they know you know. Also, if someone walks into something, there's something there. Related, if you're watching a movie and the title of the film is mentioned by a character on screen, example, Titanic, slowly turn to your significant other and whisper that's where they got the name. But you should only do it once per movie. Also, if you go through a drive-thru and you're a passenger and the driving is relating your order to the drive-thru squawk box. Passenger to driver, 1 chocolate milkshake. Driver to squawk box, 1 chocolate milkshake. At the very end of your order, tell the driver to go, and watch them repeat that to the squawk box. When removing eggs from the carton, all remaining eggs must be arranged symmetrically. A pattern is preferred. I do this, but I don't make other people do it. I started it because taking them out from only one side makes it too easy for it to tip over. We mute all TV commercials. Bandit, our aged Great Dane, gets the cushion on the far right of the orange couch. No exceptions, no asking him to move, that's his spot. Either my wife or I can do any chore when noticed. We thank each other for routine chores as we appreciate each other. Same. The fact my husband and I do this drives some of my family members insane. One of my aunts said, "Why should he thank you for something you're supposed to do as a wife?" I told her we are both working full-time. Neither of us is a stay-at-home spouse.